I wish you were here every day, Dad. Every day. Especially right now. I feel so alone. Mom's with Buzz and Jesse. All he can think about is Michelle's trial, you know? I just really feel like I don't have anyone that I could talk to.
What about me? Don't I count anymore?
For the record, in the People versus Santos, I have before me a motion by the prosecution to allow further evidence in this case regarding the death of Mick Santos.
Your Honor, in my opinion, this motion has no merit.
You'll get your chance to respond, Mr. Marler. Ms. Wolfe?
Your Honor, the state feels that Detective Cooper's handling of the Mick Santos murder case has direct bearing on how the evidence in this case with the same defendant was handled. He has already shown strong bias towards the defendant, and the fact that Ben Warren was fully aware of Michelle's involvement in the Mick Santos murder gives her further motive for killing him.
So you were saying that Michelle Bauer Santos murdered Ben Warren because he chose not to prosecute her in another crime? That's absurd.
What I'm saying is that Ben Warren had the facts for the case, and Michelle Santos wanted that covered up.
Doris, that's ridiculous.
All right, counselors. We'll deal with motive in a minute. But first, I would like to talk to Detective Cooper. Detective and counselors, please approach the bench. Now, Detective, did you ask Ben Warren at any time to bury the case against Michelle Santos?
Your Honor, I followed proper procedure. I gathered all the evidence, I gave it to the DA, and it was his choice whether or not he wanted to prosecute. And he chose not to.
Based on the evidence you brought him?
That's right.
And your recommendation?
Yes, sir.
If your recommendation was based in any part on your personal friendship with the defendant, then we've got a serious problem here.
Hey, what's going on? They're having a closed-door meeting with the attorneys and the police.
Why?
The DA wants to bring in new evidence about Mick's death. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's horrible.
Hey, where's Drew?
She's not coming. Look, do you and your mother know what happened to your brothers?
Yeah, Michelle and I talked about it. Is that why she's not here? Because if she's worried about that, then I need to talk to her.
No, it's got nothing to do. Look, she's not staying away because of your mother. She's staying away because of me. You called. I thought you needed something.
No, I was asleep. I must have been dreaming.
Right, well, I heard my name, so I... Well, what were you dreaming?
I don't remember the dream. What did I say?
Well, to tell you the truth, I missed most of it. I was in the shower, but there was a lot of murmuring, and then I heard you call out my name, and then you said, I do.
Must have been a wedding dream. I guess I was just practicing.
Right. Must have been that. Oh, my goodness. You still got that fever going. I'm gonna have to
No, I don't want any of that stuff. It knocks me out. I don't want any.
Cassie, they're just aspirin. We have to get the fever down.
You don't have to hover over me like this, Richard. You really don't.
Look, I want you up and on your feet and healthy. And until you're like that, I'm going to be right here next to you, all right? That fever was running all night.
How do you know?
Well, I saw you. I was over there.
You didn't sleep?
I napped.
Yeah, I know that you think what you're doing is helping, but it's not, because I can't stand this, you know? I can't stand being cooped up in here, and I can't stand being away from my kids.
Your children are fine.
No, it's driving me crazy, and I can't stand someone watching me day and night, and I'm feeling a lot better
Cassie,
today.
please
I really
don't do that, please.
So much better.
Cassie.
So, no, see? I'm fine.
Yeah, you're fine. No, listen. I know you don't want me here, but it's not a matter of what you want anymore, all right? It's a matter of what you need, whether you like it or not.
Is this police file the sum total of the investigation into the death of Mick Santos?
Yes, sir. That's all the information we gathered.
And yet, Drew Jacobs' name is nowhere in this file. How can that be?
Your Honor, we didn't even know Drew Jacobs was at the scene until she testified here.
At the scene. According to her detective, she was a participant in the murder. How did that get by you?
It never came up in the investigation.
You mean when you talked to Michelle Bauer?
That's right, sir.
So Michelle Bauer lied to you, and you bought it.
That's not exactly true, sir. You see, I honestly believe that she was trying to protect her friend.
Thank you for making that distinction, Detective. Did you attempt to gather any forensic evidence at all?
We tried to. We went over the crime scene, and we didn't find any physical evidence one way or the other.
So your report is based entirely on the uncorroborated word of Michelle Santos?
And the fact that there was no evidence contradicting it.
And there was no supporting evidence to say that she was acting in self-defense. How do you know that Mick Santos even attacked her?
Your Honor, take a look at his rap sheet. I mean, this obviously is not the first time. And Drew Jacobs' testimony confirms it.
Yes, but you didn't know that at the time. So you made a judgment based on what?
Based on the fact that Mick Santos was a known thug with numerous arrests and convictions. And Michelle Bauer has no criminal record. And, Your Honor, I honestly believed her story.
And she was your friend, right?
Ms. Wolfe. Is she right?
Your Honor, I was born and raised in Springfield. I've lived here my whole life. I know a lot of people. I've known Michelle Bauer ever since she was a kid. She's never been in trouble.
Your Honor, the detective has essentially told us that he buried a potential murder charge based on friendship. Now, I think his conduct in this case is open to question.
Your Honor, I investigated this case like any other case.
Detective Grant, can you back him up on this? Did you see any sign of favoritism toward Michelle Santos?
Why aren't you in school?
I've been watching you all week. And then you left this morning before I even woke up, like you didn't even want to see me.
I always want to see you.
Yeah, then how come you're talking to a piece of stone instead of me?
Because I guess I'm just being a lousy sister on top of everything else that I'm being, Max.
Don't do that, Drew. I just wish that you would talk to me about what's going on.
Well, I'm sorry. All right? I'm not going to dump this on you.
Oh, so you're dumping me instead of dumping on me.
Come on.
All right, so talk. Why aren't you with Jesse?
Because Jesse is at the courthouse taking care of Michelle, which is what seems to matter most to him right now.
What, instead of you? No way. I know they used to go together, but Drew, Jesse loves you.
Not enough. No, I'm not good enough for him, Max.
Richard, what are we doing?
Just follow me. I want you to see something, all right? Just look out there. And look at that sky. Not a cloud in it. And look, the sun is warming up the whole garden below. Isn't that nice? How's that feel?
Feels good.
Well, good. That's what's waiting for you when you get well to go out and play. Let's what my mother used to tell us, Edmund and myself, when we were sick.
I bet you hated being cooped up, didn't you?
Oh, we did. We certainly did. But Mother always knew what to do. She was a very special person, you know. She was so special that, well, even Father, you know, loved her. I know what you were thinking. I'm sorry. It's just the way it was, you know. My father needed us. Or one of us, anyway. But, he didn't know what to do with us, you know.
It's so sad. When children are such a gift. At least you had her.
Yes, we did. And so did he. I remember one time when she was sick, and Edmund and I were down there in that very garden, and I looked up to the window, and there was Father, holding my mother, and he was trying, you know, to do exactly what he had seen her do with us. He was trying so hard to be loving. And he actually could be loving with her. And that was just about a month before she died, you know, the boating accident.
I remember you told me about that.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but that was my last clear memory of my mother, up in that window, in my father's arms. And my father holding her like she was the most precious thing in the whole world.
You wish you had that. Don't you? You wish that you knew how it felt to love someone like that.
Oh, I do know, Cassie, I do know.
Hey, they're the kids. Tammy! Hi! Where did she get that beautiful dress?
Well, we had quite an extensive conversation last night about purple dresses. I'm afraid that...
You better be careful. You're going to lose this whole island to her.
It is hers for the asking.
You look beautiful, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I know that you did this.
It's my pleasure.
What are you looking at? The spots all over my face.
No.
I couldn't look any worse than I look right now.
You look fine, really.
Right.
You do.
Yeah.
You're like a little girl.
Well, this little girl needs to be alone with a whole bunch of time to pout.
To pout, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, you can pout as long as you do it in your bed, okay? You're gonna need your rest. Really, you have to take care.
I should really go back to the farm.
To the farm? You must be joking. Well, it's impossible, first of all. You're much too ill to be traveling, and... Well, I want you here, Cassie, so I can look after you, of course.
But this is too much.
No.
It's too much. I really think you need to back off a little.
Hey, Cassie, I'm really sorry. Am I interrupting something?
No. I was just leaving.
There's somebody out here to see you. He says that you're expecting him.
Oh, yes, of course. Right, thank you. Goodbye. Very good.
Tell me I was interrupting something, please. Could he be more gorgeous?
No, I couldn't, Anne. No, you didn't.
Cassie, why do you keep pushing this guy away?
Because you don't know the whole story, Jenny. And if I let him in, he's just going to break my heart when he leaves me to go be with my sister.
He's not going anywhere. Trust me.
Well, I am. I got to get out of here.
Well, no, you can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. And you are going to help me.
Buzz.
Hey!
Thank you. I wasn't sure you'd come.
Oh, I'm here. Lock up your airplanes.
I already have, just in case.
Where's Cassie?
Well, I'm afraid you can't see her. She's...
What? It's okay. I've had the measles.
No, it's not that. It's just she doesn't want any guests. Or maybe it's just me. Well, in any case, you know, you're the big surprise, right? And we don't want to give you away until this chili is made.
Well, the chili started. I left it with your chef.
Great. So what do we do now? Can I do something?
Wait.
We wait, of course.
You play?
Yeah, a little bit. It's been a long time.
Well, why don't we play while we're waiting? You know, like $20 a game, make it interesting.
You want to make a wager? I'm not
Tom, but I need some incentive. Come on, what do you say?
Okay, I'll line them up. There we are.
Oops.
Wow, that was good.
Oops, not good enough.
So now what? It's my shot, right?
Yes.
I get a choice between the solid ones and the ones with the stripes on them?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
It's customary to begin with the white ball.
It's been a long time. I'm a little rusty. Okay. Up.
Your Honor, Frank handled all the evidence in Michelle Santos's case by the book.
That wasn't the question.
Ms. Wolfe, once more, and you're in contempt. Did you at any time see Frank Cooper show favoritism to Michelle Santos? You want me to swear you in, Detective?
On Christmas Eve, there was an unauthorized transfer. The defendant was allowed to spend time alone with her husband.
Your Honor, haven't we heard enough? This should all be in front of a jury.
No, wait a minute. On what basis? I mean, show me something, anything that indicates Frank tampered with the evidence in this case. What he did do was show compassion to a prisoner on Christmas Eve.
Are you his lawyer now, Mr. Marlar? Because Detective Cooper could use one. I'm recommending that you be suspended from the police force pending an investigation.
Your Honor, I did everything by the book.
Right, come on. Don't say anything else.
He's right. The best thing you could do right now is to get out of my courtroom. And I'm now prepared to rule on prosecution's motion to allow testimony regarding the death of Mick Santos.
How long is this going to be? I don't know. This is ridiculous. You know, nothing about this man's death should be part of this trial.
Tell me about it, but you know that Wolf is gonna fight for it with all she can. So.
Hi, can I just talk to Jessie for a second?
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on? Why won't you see you?
She just wanted some time on her own. That's...
I don't buy that. Drew hates being by yourself.
Look, just leave it alone, okay?
Come on, I care about you guys.
Jill, you have enough problems
I have enough problems without my friends lying to me. Now tell me what's going on.
We got in a fight. Okay, it happened.
Okay,
right?
Was it about me?
No, I didn't say that. All right, look, she's just being crazy, okay? She thinks I'm coming here because I still have feelings for you.
Oh, you know, I know she knows better than that. She has to.
Yeah, well, I told her that. She just won't hear it.
So show her. You know, you're here helping me out, and I really appreciate that, but she's the one that needs you. You should go to Drew.
Just where do you think you're going? I just got to get out of here. I've got to get out of here. Well, you're not going to get very far on foot.
Look,
what are you going to do?
I can't let that louse get to me.
The louse? Okay, wait. You mean the prince who adores
He
you?
doesn't adore me.
Cassie, you're not thinking straight.
No, look, it's only for a few days just so I can catch my breath. It's not like I can see my kids.
Well, what am I supposed to tell His Highness?
Tell him you didn't know what I was doing.
Well, that'll work, because I don't. This makes no sense. You can barely walk. I mean, what if something happens to you?
Okay, you... Not a word, okay? Please.
Yes,
The prince wanted Cassie to have these.
thank you.
And he's anxious to know how she is.
Oh, she's fine. She's just resting. Resting. That's it. Thanks. Bye. Oh, they are so beautiful. Well, you know what? He has a royal gardener. So what do you expect, right?
Damn, you are cold. Cannot you see that this man totally adores you? He cares about you.
Just like he cares about everybody else. Come on, you gotta help me finish packing.
And this would be an 8-ball side pocket.
You hustled me.
No, it's only in self-defense, Buzz.
Where did you learn to play like that?
School and in other countries, you know, when I was allowed to go out and people didn't recognize me. Did you give her the flowers? How did she like them?
I don't know.
What, didn't she say something? Didn't you see her?
She was resting, sir.
Right, of course. Thank you. I sent Cassie some flowers.
You're worried about her. I mean, you know, I know arranged marriage, but this is something more than my country's asset. It's not feeling good. You care about her.
Well, she's going to be my wife, of course.
I know, good manners and all that, but I mean, if I didn't know better, I'd say you were in love with her.
You're my friend, okay? And you're in trouble. I'm not just gonna cut out
You're
on
not
you.
cutting out on me. You know, Jesse, I don't need you like Drew does. You should go to her. You should.
Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Court is about to reconvene.
So,
Yes.
ready? Okay, let's go.
Jesse.
Hey, what are you doing? Why are you at school?
Look, I had to find you, man. You need to know what's going on.
Hey, what happened, Frank?
Ross, what's going on?
Frank was suspended from the police force. The judge found out about Christmas Eve. What happened?
This is my fault?
There's also some questions about Mick's death.
Oh, this is awful. I can't believe they're suspending him because he wanted to help
We
me.
don't have time for any regrets. Now, Michelle, Danny wants you to sit down and take a look at something, all right?
Why, what's going on?
I have some good news and some bad news.
Well, good news first, please.
The testimony regarding Mick's death is not admissible. They cannot use it for motive evidence.
Okay.
Hallelujah. Okay, what's the bad news? This is a copy of the prosecution's witness list. Now, I want you to look at it carefully. Is there anybody on that list who could hurt us?
Ross, why you ask that?
Because when the judge asked Doris if she was ready to proceed, she says, I have one more witness.
Why is that bad news?
Well, if they have anybody that could absolutely bury us, they would save them for last. But I can't see anybody doing that on that list, Danny. Can you?
No, nobody.
Would there be somebody from your family business, perhaps?
Yeah, there's some people here, but no one that can hurt us.
No,
Nobody.
I've never been near any of these people.
Us. Could it be somebody who's not on the list?
No, we have a right to know everybody who could possibly testify so we can prepare. Whoever it is on that list or my list.
Well, I haven't heard of half of these people.
You sure, honey? Nobody on here?
No.
Well, Ross, it's obvious the DA thinks there's somebody on this list that's a big gun.
Yeah, but what could be bigger than Carmen's testimony?
All rise.
I guess we'll find out.
Court is now in session. Be seated. Back on the record in the People versus Santos. Is the prosecution ready to call their last witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The state would like to call Dr. Rick Bauer to the stand.
Can we object to this? I mean,
Michelle, he's on our list. I can't object to our own witness. Cassie and I have an understanding, Buzz. I am fond of her, that's true.
So you fly the chilly man in from the States? And that's more than fond. I mean, that falls into the grand gesture category.
It seems over the top to you, doesn't it?
No, I should think she'd like it. I mean, what woman wouldn't?
Well, someone who doesn't want you around.
What?
It's nothing.
Why wouldn't she want you around?
Well, I was thrown out, for one thing.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. Selena pulled the same stuff on me for months.
Your friend?
Yeah. I mean, for months, she made me think she didn't care. She made it think it was one-sided,
But she was clear how you felt.
Yeah, well, maybe I wasn't, maybe I didn't make it clear. But that was the problem. The problem is that she was afraid I was going to reject her, so she rejected me first, and she had me going, had me thinking it was all in my mind.
Well, if you don't mind my asking, how did you end up together?
I got smart and told her how I felt. I figured the second worst thing that could happen was her telling me to get lost.
And the worst being?
That would be for us never to get together because I was too stupid or too proud to tell her how I felt.
Okay, could you just make sure that Tammy does her homework, and please just let her know it's only for a couple days. It's just for a few days, that's it.
You're dead on your feet, girl. This is so stupid. I can't believe you're doing this.
Jenny, if you're my friend, you'll understand, because if I'm going to be with Richard, then I can't let him get to me, and he can, and he will, and then he's going to go be with my sister, and it's going to break my heart, and I just can't live like that, all right? I can't. So, everything will be fine. Everything will be back on schedule. When I get back, I just don't want it all to blow up in my face, that's all.
How can you even get off of the island? You're contagious.
Well, I'm a princess-to-be. I'm sure I can hire a private plane or something.
All right. Promise me you'll be careful.
I promise.
Take these.
These are my favorite flowers. How did he know that?
Telepathy, fate, good research. He's trying, honey.
It was a guess. It was a guess. Will you go out and check the hallway for me? I gotta get out of here. Please, I've got to be gone before Richard gets back.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but
Michelle,
the truth.
did you talk to Rick the night of the murder? Did you say anything that they could use?
No, I didn't even see him at all.
Please state your name for the record.
Frederick Bauer.
Dr. Bauer, you're a physician on staff at Cedars Hospital, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
In fact, you're chief of emergency medicine at Cedars, isn't that right?
That's correct.
And you have had extensive training in emergency medicine, not only here, but also at Chicago General. Is that correct?
I've had several years in Chicago, that's correct.
Which makes you the youngest chief of emergency medicine that Cedars Hospital has ever had. In short, you are extremely well qualified to do your job.
I do my best.
And you're modest. Tell me, what is your relationship to the defendant?
Michelle's my sister.
Wow, there's a really large age difference between the two of you, isn't there?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
I'm guessing that you probably didn't know her that well. You two weren't very close.
No, that's not true. My sister and I are very close.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. I didn't mean to imply anything but that you were a very good big brother. So you know your sister very well?
Yes.
Dr. Bauer, as part of your work in the emergency room, you are expected to have knowledge of different branches of medicine. Isn't that true?
Some knowledge, enough to evaluate each case.
Because people's lives depend on whether you can pick the right treatment for each patient, correct?
Your Honor, I fail to see the relevance of any of this.
Your Honor, I'd like to enter this exhibit into the record.
Your Honor, the DA was obligated to turn over evidence in a timely fashion.
I believe this will answer all counsel's questions.
Proceed.
Dr. Bauer, you have in front of you the admissions form for Cedars Hospital for the night of June 21st, 1999. Is that your signature at the bottom of the page as the admitting doctor?
I can explain.
Yes or no? Will be fine, Dr. Bauer.
I was trying to protect my sister from a very dangerous environment.
Yes or no would be fine, Dr. Bauer. And can you tell us the patient's name?
Michelle Bauer Santos.
And what is the service that she was committed to?
This is ridiculous.
What
I was trying to protect my
doctor?
Psychiatry.
So, you had had your little sister committed to the psychiatric ward at Cedars Hospital indefinitely for observation. Isn't that true?
I never
Yes or
intended to have
no,
my
Dr.
sister.
Bauer?
Yes.
Thank you. And could you now please read line 14 to the jury? Reason for admission?
Oh, this is completely out of
Please read
context.
it to the jury, Dr. Bauer.
Patients should be held for observation.
The entire statement, Doctor.
Patient should be held for observation because, in my medical opinion, she poses a threat to herself and others.
What happened? Court's over?
No, they're still at it.
Why aren't you there?
So I had something more important to do? Listen, Drew. I know I said a lot of things last night. Okay, but there's a lot of things I didn't say. I'm just not good at those kind of things, you know? So here.
Think not that you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no desire but to fulfill itself. That's beautiful. Khalil Gibran. Gibran. Last time I heard this was at a wedding.
That's what I was looking for something to read at our wedding.
Can't believe you're thinking about that. We didn't even set a date yet.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
It's today. We're gonna get married today.
We'll have quiet or I'll clear the room. Continue, counselor.
Michelle Santos poses as a danger to herself and others. Isn't that what you wrote, Dr. Bauer?
It's not what I meant. It's not what I meant.
Well, surely you understand that a hospital chart is a legal record.
I said that's not what I meant.
Did you think that she could kill someone? Is that why you said
I told you that my sister, I was afraid that she was going to be killed. Can't you get that? She was almost killed once at the Santos house. There was a bomb that almost went off in the church.
Your sister was involved with bombs and guns?
My sister was not involved with bombs or guns. It was her in-laws that were involved.
The Santos family.
My sister's life was constantly in danger and was the only thing I could think of to protect her life. Can I make it any more clear to you?
Well, why didn't your sister leave the Santos home?
I don't know. I don't know why she didn't leave.
She wouldn't voluntarily leave the Santos family. The sister you love and knew so well was getting quite comfortable living with a mob family.
Objection.
What's wrong? So, when you had your sister committed, you thought she was in danger, not a danger. Is that correct?
That's right.
I see. So she was in danger, not a danger, threatened by others, but not to others. Is that right?
That's right.
Is English your first language, Dr. Bauer?
Objection.
I was scared for my sister and I was trying to protect her.
Are you sure you weren't scared that she was going to kill again after the first time?
Your Honor, please.
But watch yourself, counselor.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. When you had your sister committed at Cedars Hospital, you didn't think she was capable of violence?
No, I didn't.
Could you please turn to page 10 of your sister's medical records? Do you see an entry there by a Dr. Lynn Bradford, staff psychiatrist at Cedars? Doctor?
Yes.
According to her report, Dr. Bradford says that she witnessed Michelle Santos attack one of her visitors and ordered her restrained and sedated. Isn't that true?
That's what it says.
Well, what, do you think Dr. Bradford was pretending that Michelle attacked one of her visitors in order to keep her away from danger?
Objection. Argumentative, Your Honor.
Withdrawn. The defendant's actions speak for themselves. Your witness.
Dr. Bauer, the phrase, quote, poses a threat to herself and to others, unquote, that is a broad and commonly used phrase.
Yes, it is. It's used to cover a lot of territory. In fact, it's a phrase that you have to use legally whenever you have to hold someone. I abused that privilege. My sister was almost killed twice by the Santos family. And unfortunately, she never perceived that danger. The actions that I took were taken solely to protect her and to keep her alive. But I never believed for a second that my sister was a threat to anybody.
Thank you. Now then, it says on the bottom of page 1 that Michelle was released from the hospital after only 72 hours. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And Dr. Bradford, she signed off on this release as well?
That's right.
So Dr. Bradford did not feel that Michelle was a threat any more than you did, is that correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Thank you, Dr. Bauer. No further questions.
Counsel, anything else?
Dr. Bauer, did your sister's actions over the past year surprise you at all?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm talking about, did you expect the sister that you knew to grow up and marry into a crime family?
My sister married a man. My sister did not marry a family.
Yet, you were so frightened of that family that you had your sister committed so that you could keep her away from them. Weren't you also afraid of what type of person she would become by being a member of that family?
My sister has never forgotten who she is and where she came from. My sister is a good and decent person who could never kill anybody in cold blood.
Not your sister. Not the little girl that you grew up with, no. She isn't someone who would attack another person and have to be restrained. She isn't someone who would threaten a man with a knife.
No, she's not.
You're a good brother, Dr. Bauer. Nothing further.
You may step down. This was your final witness?
Yes. The people rest.
You may step down, Dr. Bauer. This court is in recess. When we reconvene, the defense will be ready to present its case.
Hey, come on, what's that face for? The worst is over. Now it's our turn.
We haven't even started to present our case. And this is the best the prosecution is ever going to look.
That's right.
Okay, can you just be straight with me for a second? If the jury was voting today, they would vote against me, right?
They're not voting today. Michelle, I'm not going to lie to you. We have a lot of work to do, but we're going to present our case, and it's a good...
We have more than enough to create reasonable...
No, we don't.
Jury.
We don't.
Do.
The way that things look now, I have no chance of getting acquittal and every chance of getting put away for the rest of my life.
I suppose it is time that I told her a few things, right?
Yeah. I'll wait.
Cassie? Cassie?